What is up, everybody? Welcome to the third installment of the Real GP Zerker Edition. If you're new to this series, all of the NPCs throughout the series were voted in by my viewers. So in this one, we're going to be checking out the green dragons on a mid-level account to find out just how much you can make. So when the voting took place for this series, I actually listed the Dragon Scimitar as the weapon that I would be using against the green dragons, not even remembering that the Dragon Sword existed. With the Dragon Sword, you can actually still use the stab attack style and still gain only strength XP, which is good for my Zerker because I don't want to go over 75 attack. So I made the executive decision to use the Dragon Sword over the Dragon Scimitar. I did check in the DPS calculator, and the Dragon Sword is actually about 0.5 better DPS than the Dragon Scimitar, so it was a good move. So instead of the Scimitar, we are going with the Dragon Sword in this video. So why might you want to kill the green dragons? Well, the green dragons are very weak and low level. They are one of the weakest dragon breeds in old school RuneScape, if not the weakest. Their green dragon hides are very sought after for lower level crafters looking to get experience fast. Even with just crafting Vambraces or the chaps and then onto the green dragon hide bodies, you can still achieve some decent experience per hour with green dragon hides. Aside from the crafting, if you're not there for collecting dragon hides as an Iron Man, maybe you're just looking to make a little bit of money. So you can come here, get the dragon hides and the bones, you can train your prayer, or you can choose to sell them because the bones are pretty good value. The only thing you will have to worry about is it is in the wilderness, so you can be attacked by other players and die and lose all of your hard-earned green dragon hides and dragon bones. But not to worry, we will cover that later and how to avoid that. For now, let's go ahead and get into their drop table as well as what kind of stats they have. As for their stats, they are incredibly weak, as I said earlier. Hit points, only 75, their defense level is only 68, and their defensive stats, plus 20 to stab, which is why I decided to go with that Dragon Sword over the Scimitar. Their slash defense is plus 40, so that plus 20 really does help with the DPS. As for the Green Dragon's drop table, you're not really here for anything else other than the Dragon Bones and the Green Dragon Hide. At the current time of this video, that is worth around 4,000 GP, but your average Green Dragon kill is going to be worth around 4,600 with everything else added in, but that is everything, which we're not going to be picking up. It's not worth it to pick up the Steel Plate Legs, the Battle Axes, the Mithril Kite Shields. They do drop Rune Daggers from time to time, which you can pick up in bank, maybe Alchem later. Nature Runes are dropped at a decent rate, 1 in 25. You'll get 15 of those per drop, so if you do stay for a while, you can see a decent stack of Nature Runes. As for the other stuff, you will see a Grimy Herb from time to time. They do have several different coin stack drops, Bass, and Adamant Ore, and they do have the ability to roll the Gem drop table and the Rare drop table. So that's that. Not really anything of significance other than those Dragon Bones and Green Dragon Hides. Now, before we actually get into everything else for this video, I do want to warn you, this place is absolutely flooded with gold farming bots. Almost every world you will see bots with cannons, and I'll give you a little bit of advice. Generally, if you go out there, even if you just have one item, if you attack those bots, they will teleport from you immediately, and then they will return, and if you're still there with a skull with your one item, they will pick up their cannon and they will log out. I have found that out. I stayed at the Green Dragons for 20 hours, and I kept doing that, and the bots would leave, and I would have a world all to myself. So after that, you can simply just die to a green dragon, lose your skull, grab your stuff, and get back out there. Alright, so let's jump into my chosen gear setup for this. Like I said, you will be in the wilderness for this, so you will want to limit your items to only 4 of them that you will protect with the Protect Item Prayer. For my gear for this, I chose to go with the Berserker Helmet. I have a God Cape on because it does increase your magic defense by 10, and this can help you stave off some entangles or teleblocks from PKers if they do show up. Amulet of Glory because I want to teleport back to Edgeville quickly. The Dragon Sword for my weapon and the Anti-Dragon Shield as my offhand. Black Dragon Hide Body, again, that does help with magic defense for PKers. Rune Plate Legs because on a Zerker account, the Green Dragons actually do hit quite a bit, which was surprising. Barrow's Gloves, Climbing Boots, and a Dueling Ring just in case I forget to change out my Uncharged Glory. Out of all these items that I'm currently wearing, my protected items will be the Dragon Sword, the Berserker Helm, the Rune Plate Legs, and the Barrow's Gloves if I am using the Protect Item Prayer. If you are not using the Protect Item Prayer with this gear, you will keep the Dragon Sword, the Berserker Helmet, and the Barrow's Gloves. Over in my inventory, I have one super combat potion because I want to be potted as much as I can. More kills per hour, more money per hour. One extended anti-fire potion does help you stay longer. I only bring 10 monkfish with me because those will last me the entire trip. I have a looting bag, which will give you a whole extra inventory of space. Definitely want to have one of those. And I have blue flowers. Now, you might be wondering, why do you have blue flowers? Well, I will show you right now. If you didn't know this, flowers actually give you an incredibly negative attack bonus, minus 100 to stab and slash and minus 50 to crush. For the reason the stab and slash, I don't even know because they only have a crush attack style, but anyways, minus 50 to crush. So, a tip for you, if you do get teleblocked by a PKer, what you can do is try to drag them around and get a dragon on them. If you can attack a dragon with the flowers and take off any of your items that give attack boosting stats, you can literally stand there and just poke the dragon with flowers until your teleblock wears off. It is very easy to do, very easy to avoid PKers. I have done it a million times for an entire 5-minute teleblock, and I have not killed the dragon. Actually, for the time that I've been talking through this, you're watching this sped up clip of me poking a dragon with flowers. This clip was, about a minute long, sped up. So it was actually about 5 minutes that I was doing this. All right, so let's get into some kills per hour and loot statistics finally. So throughout the entire 20 hours that I spent at the Green Dragons, I actually managed to kill 2,505 Green Dragons, which ended up averaging me 125.25 dragons per hour, which actually surprised me a lot. I thought it was going to be a lot lower than that on my Zerker account, but because they are so weak and I'm using that dragon sword, it did help out with the kills per hour quite a bit. So up on the screen now, you can see all of the loot that I managed to acquire through the 20 hours at the Green Dragons: 2,505 green dragon hides and dragon bones, 3.5 mil on the hides, 6.3 mil on the bones, 74 in sold dragon heads, adding up to 712k, 11,325 water runes. I don't really know why I picked those up. I just did. 1,260 nature runes, extra 250k there, 25 Renar weeds, 177k. I did keep the rune daggers and a couple tooth hafts that I ended up picking up. Total loot value, 11,133,054 GP. Now, as for my supplies, I used super combat potions, I used extended anti-fires, monkfish for my healing food, and I also used the Karalangu teleport, which is an ancient magic spell to get out there because it puts you just a couple levels south of the Green Dragons up in like 22, 23 wilderness. Supply cost totaled 900,000 GP, which takes my net profit down to 10.2 million GP. I ended up making 511,000 GP per hour on a mid-level Zerker at the Green Dragons. This was actually incredibly surprising to me. I'm really happy with that number, and I really do think this is a viable option for anybody that's trying to rebuild or just make a little bit of cash if they need something quickly. And last but not least, for the experience rate statistics, as I said earlier, my weapon I went with was the Dragon Sword on stab, which gave me a total experience amount of 751,500 strength XP. Averaged out throughout the entire time I was here, 37,575 XP an hour. Not really great, but not really bad either. So it's actually pretty decent while you're making a little bit of money. So, as for my final thoughts on the Green Dragons, are they a great moneymaker? No, there are definitely things that are better in the game, and we still have 11 episodes left in the series to see if we can find some better stuff. But as far as a quick moneymaker goes, maybe you are a mid-level account trying to get your first Fury amulet. Well, you spend 4 to 5 hours here and you'll have your Fury or your Berserker's ring, anything like that. You can also consider getting back on your feet here. Maybe if you lost all your money staking or all your money PKing. Well, just a couple hours here can make you 1 million GP and you are immediately back on your feet with some decent starting gear, and you can go explore and do other things to make some more money. My last thought about this is you won't really see many PKers out here, but they are out here, especially somewhere around the mid-level accounts. As far as it went for me, I didn't really see any PKers out here over the level of 115. So if you are on a mid-level account like mine is 99 combat, you probably will see a couple salad road PKers. So just keep an eye out for that. Maybe you get TB'd without even knowing it. You go to teleport and you can't. Well, use those flowers I showed you earlier and you can wear out that TB, no problem. So that is going to do it, everybody, for the Real GP Zerker edition featuring the Green Dragons. I want to thank you guys for voting on this series and making this series possible. Without you guys and your support, my channel would literally be nothing, so thank you guys always for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please tap that subscribe button on your way out. And if you like the video and like seeing content like this, you can also like the video. It helps the video's popularity and spread it around a little bit more. Last but not least, if you do like some quirky RuneScape t-shirts, you can check out my Teespring shop. There is a link in the description below. And you can also find my Twitch page there if you want to see some live content of me collection log hunting or doing stuff like this. With that, I will see you guys on the next video. Take it easy, everybody.